Ravenwood Manor, the Blood Moon's Curse. In the small town of Willowbrook, Halloween was celebrated with an annual masquerade ball at the historic Ravenwood Manor. Legend had it that the manor was haunted by the ghost of Lady Eleanor Ravenwood, who died under mysterious circumstances centuries ago. The townsfolk whispered stories of her restless spirit wandering the halls, searching for something unknown. On a particularly chilly Halloween night, a group of daring friends, Sarah, Mark, Emma, and Jake, decided to attend the masquerade ball at Ravenwood Manor. Eager for a thrill, they donned elaborate costumes and made their way to the eerie mansion. As they entered the grand ballroom, adorned with cobwebs and flickering candlelight, the atmosphere grew tense. The guests, all masked and dressed in elaborate costumes, twirled around the dance floor to haunting melodies. The friends joined the festivities, trying to shake off the feeling of unease that settled over them. Amidst the dancing and laughter, Sarah noticed a mysterious figure in a blood-red cloak observing them from the shadows. Intrigued, she tried to catch a glimpse of the person's face, but they always remained just out of sight. As the night wore on, the friends explored the mansion, stumbling upon forgotten rooms and hidden passageways. In one room, they discovered an old diary belonging to Lady Eleanor Ravenwood. The diary revealed a tragic tale of lost love and betrayal, further fueling the eerie atmosphere of the night. The clock struck midnight, and the grand finale of the masquerade began. A haunting waltz filled the air as the guests, now wearing masks of deathly pallor, swirled around the room. The mysterious figure in the red cloak approached Sarah, their eyes gleaming with an otherworldly light. "I've been waiting for you," the figure whispered, sending shivers down Sarah's spine. Suddenly, the room plunged into darkness, and the sound of a blood-curdling scream pierced the air. When the lights flickered back to life, Sarah was gone, her friends searching frantically, but finding no trace of her. Desperate to find their missing friend, Mark, Emma, and Jake continued to explore the manor, uncovering more secrets and clues about Lady Eleanor's tragic past. The atmosphere grew increasingly sinister as they ventured deeper into the mansion's depths. In a hidden chamber, they found Sarah, unconscious and surrounded by flickering candles. As they tried to revive her, they realized that the room was adorned with symbols of dark magic. The mysterious figure in the red cloak appeared, revealing themselves as a servant of Lady Eleanor's spirit. "You've uncovered the truth," the figure said, their voice echoing with sorrow and rage. "Lady Eleanor's spirit has been trapped, cursed to wander the halls of Ravenwood Manor until her lost love is avenged." With trembling hands, Mark, Emma, and Jake helped the spirit perform a ritual to break the curse. As the ritual reached its climax, the ground shook, and a ghostly apparition of Lady Eleanor appeared before them. She thanked them for their bravery and revealed the unexpected twist. The true villain was not her lost love, but a jealous servant who had betrayed her. With the curse broken, Lady Eleanor's spirit finally found peace, and the mansion was engulfed in a blinding light before returning to its former majestic glory. The friends left Ravenwood Manor forever changed by the harrowing experience. They had not only survived a Halloween night filled with terror, but had also helped a restless spirit find peace. The unexpected twist, the spine-tingling atmosphere, and the supernatural elements of the tale left an indelible mark on their memories, ensuring they would never forget the Halloween they spent in the haunted halls of Ravenwood Manor. With Lady Eleanor's spirit at peace, the friends thought their ordeal was over. Little did they know, a malevolent force had been unleashed by the breaking of the curse. As they left Ravenwood Manor, the night sky turned an ominous shade of red, signaling the arrival of the blood moon, a phenomenon said to awaken ancient evils. Unbeknownst to the friends, their meddling had disturbed a horrifying creature that had been imprisoned within the mansion for centuries. The creature, a grotesque amalgamation of shadows and bones, slithered out from the depths of the manor, thirsting for blood and vengeance. It moved silently, leaving a trail of darkness and death in its wake. Mark, Emma, and Jake felt a chill in the air, a sense of impending doom that clung to them like a suffocating fog. They hurried back to town, their hearts pounding with fear. Unseen eyes watched them from the shadows as they ran, and whispers of ancient curses filled the wind. The creature, hungry for revenge, began its pursuit. It moved with unnatural speed, its form flickering in and out of existence like a nightmare brought to life. Its bony fingers dripped with blood, and its hollow eyes glowed with a malevolent light. The friends reached the town, hoping to find safety among the familiar streets and faces. But the creature was relentless, striking with ferocious intensity. It attacked without warning, its razor-sharp claws tearing through flesh and bone. The town was thrown into chaos as panic spread like wildfire. With each attack, the blood moon grew stronger, its crimson light bathing the town in an eerie glow. Mark, Emma, and Jake, now desperate and terrified, sought refuge in the town's old chapel, believing the consecrated grounds would protect them from the supernatural menace. Inside the chapel, they found an ancient tome that spoke of the blood moon's curse, a curse that could only be broken by a sacrificial offering. The realization struck them like a hammer blow. One of them had to give their life to stop the creature and save the town. As they prepared for the ritual, the creature's sinister presence filled the chapel. The air grew thick with dread, and the friends could feel its eyes upon them. They recited the incantation, their voices shaky but determined. In a blinding flash of light, the creature was drawn into a mystical sigil, its agonized screams echoing through the chapel. With the curse broken, the blood moon faded, and the town was freed from its grip. The friends, scarred by the horrors they had witnessed, emerged from the chapel, their faces pale and gaunt. The town, once vibrant and lively, now bore the scars of the supernatural battle that had taken place on that fateful Halloween night. The tale of the blood moon's curse became a chilling legend, a story whispered in the dark corners of Willowbrook. The friends, forever haunted by the memory of the horrifying creature and the blood-soaked night, vowed to protect their town from any future evils that might be awakened under the ominous glow of the blood moon. And so, the legacy of that terrifying Halloween night lived on, a cautionary tale for generations to come, ensuring that the horrors of that night would never be forgotten. In the days following the horrifying events of that Halloween night, Willowbrook fell into a deep, pervasive darkness. The blood moon's curse had not been fully broken, and the town was now a twisted reflection of its former self. Shadows lurked in every corner, and the once cheerful atmosphere was replaced by an unshakable sense of dread. Mark, Emma, and Jake, now the last survivors of their group, were haunted by the memories of their friends' gruesome deaths. The creature, having grown stronger from the blood it had spilled, continued its reign of terror. Its presence was felt everywhere, its malevolent energy suffocating the town like a relentless nightmare. Attempts to leave Willowbrook proved futile. The roads leading out of town seemed to stretch endlessly, looping back upon themselves, trapping the residents within an inescapable nightmare. The creature, now a monstrous entity of pure darkness and hatred, prowled the streets, claiming victims in the most gruesome and blood-curdling ways imaginable. The once vibrant town square became a macabre stage for the creature's sadistic displays. The few remaining residents lived in constant fear, their lives hanging by a thread. No one dared to venture out after nightfall, for the mere whisper of the creature's name sent shivers down their spines. Mark, Emma, and Jake, their hope dwindling with each passing day, attempted to find a way to banish the creature once and for all. They delved into ancient texts, desperate for a solution. But the creature seemed to anticipate their every move. It toyed with them, leading them into traps and reveling in their terror. One by one, the survivors met gruesome fates. Emma, her blood freezing in her veins, was found exsanguinated in her own home, her lifeless eyes wide with terror. Jake, driven to madness by the constant fear, met his end in the town square, his body torn apart in a brutal, bloody spectacle. Mark, now the last remaining soul in Willowbrook, faced the creature in a final, desperate confrontation. The town was silent, eerily so, as if the very air held its breath in anticipation. Mark's heart pounded in his chest as he stood his ground, determined to end the nightmare that had consumed his life. But the creature was relentless. It attacked with a ferocity that defied nature, its claws dripping with the blood of Mark's friends. In a horrifying climax, Mark too fell victim to the creature's insatiable hunger, his screams echoing through the empty streets. And so, Willowbrook became a town of echoes and shadows, haunted by the memories of its former residents. The creature, having tasted the power of fear and death, continued its reign of terror, its malevolent laughter echoing through the endless night. And so, the town of Willowbrook, once a quaint and peaceful place, was swallowed whole by the darkness, its very essence tainted by the horrors that had befallen it. The blood moon hung low in the sky, casting an eternal crimson glow upon the cursed town, where the creature prowled, forever hungry for more blood and more souls to claim in its unending reign of terror. Willowbrook was no longer a town. It had become a graveyard, a place where the echoes of the living mingled with the cries of the departed. The creature, born from darkness and sustained by blood, roamed freely, its hunger insatiable, its wrath unyielding. Mark, Emma, and Jake had fought bravely, but in the end, their efforts were futile. One by one, they fell to the relentless onslaught of the creature. Their deaths were gruesome, their screams piercing the night, but they were just echoes in the vast, uncaring darkness. The few survivors who remained in Willowbrook lived in perpetual fear, their lives governed by the whims of the malevolent entity that now ruled the town. They hid in the shadows, prayed for daylight, but even the sun's feeble rays brought no solace. The creature's power was not limited to the night. It struck whenever and wherever it pleased, leaving a trail of death in its wake. The town's once proud structures lay in ruin, their windows shattered, their walls stained with blood. The streets were deserted, except for the occasional sound of hurried footsteps, a desperate attempt to escape the creature's attention. But there was no escape. Willowbrook had become a nightmare from which there was no awakening. The townsfolk had become hollow shells of their former selves, their eyes haunted, their spirits broken. They had witnessed unspeakable horrors, lost loved ones, and abandoned hope. The once thriving community had been reduced to a collection of terrified souls, waiting for the inevitable moment when the creature would come for them. In the dead of night, under the sickly glow of the blood moon, the creature stood at the town square, its form shifting and contorting, a grotesque manifestation of death itself. It let out a chilling howl that reverberated through the town, a sound that sent shudders down the spines of the remaining inhabitants. No one was safe. The creature had become a force of nature, an embodiment of pure malevolence, and it showed no mercy. It hunted with a savage determination, claiming victim after victim until the town was devoid of life. And so, Willowbrook became a ghost town, its streets empty, its buildings silent. The creature, having sated its bloodlust, retreated into the shadows, its appetite momentarily satisfied. But it was not gone. It lingered, a lurking presence, a constant reminder of the horrors that had befallen the town. The tale of Willowbrook and the creature that had destroyed it became a cautionary legend, a chilling reminder of the darkness that could consume even the most peaceful of places. The world outside had forgotten the town, but its memory lived on, a nightmare etched into the annals of history. And in the darkness, the creature waited, biding its time. For no one was safe, and the night belonged to the horrors that lurked in the shadows, waiting for the next unsuspecting soul to cross their path. If you liked our story, please click the like button, comment, and click the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our new stories.